Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We're here to cover Selling Sunset Season 9. Ricky's first time watching, which I love, because then if you're new to watching too, you can be in Ricky's boat. And if you've seen all 9 seasons like me, then you get me, and I can explain it for the new watchers and Ricky. And there's not really a lot you have to know for this one. It's very you can hop in whenever. It's fun, drama, fighting, beautiful outfits, beautiful cars, beautiful houses. It's super fun. So
Yeah, it was an easy watch. I always hear people talking about it. The only thing that I knew about it was that one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas is on
yes.
it. So Bree, right?
Yeah.
That's her. I
Yeah.
in one of the episodes she said Nick got me this bag or whatever. So I was like, okay, that
Mhm.
must be the baby mama. But if you are a first time watcher like me, I've heard about it. I've heard the buzz. I didn't get the lore. Now I get it. It's a very easy watch. Like
Mhm.
Ashley said, beautiful cars, but beautiful people, beautiful homes. And
Yeah.
then because it is in my hometown, there are a lot of places once again that I'm like, "Oh, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I know where that's at. Oh, I know where this is at." So
Oh,
that's
that's
always
so
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can give us the Los Angeles insider tips of all the places we're seeing. So it's
Yes.
perfect. We got all the bases covered here. So
Yes.
but
Yes.
before we get into that, the Love is Blind reunion was last night already, not even 12 hours later. They had podcast episodes out. So I did manage to catch up on a couple of them. I'll fill you guys in with Ricky too. It was just Megan and Casey today that I saw. So we know there will be lots more coming this week, but so far just those two. So Megan was on AD's podcast, What's the Reality?
Okay.
And she gave a little more insight into her baby daddy. She said he's 46, so he's 11 years older than her. So not a huge difference, but a little bit older. And she's still saying she went to an Institute of Wellness. I've heard the name before. It's that really popular one. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It's like a retreat. If you heard it, you'd probably recognize it. So she did this retreat and she met his friend at this retreat. And then 4 to 5 months later, he introduced her to him. And so, which is confusing because I know they wrapped filming in March and
Mhm.
then she said she met him in July, right? So that's only 4 months. So yeah, I guess if she went to the retreat immediately after filming, yeah, it adds up. We're still
Yeah.
thinking she knew him before a little bit, but
Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We just
it's hard
know
to say.
that we thought that maybe, because we do have that picture of him at the birthday party, at her nephew's birthday party. Like, what was that in July? So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you get pregnant in 3 months, I guess you can meet the family in 2.
That's true. They did seem to be moving fast, but
Yeah.
yeah, I would be interested as to when she went to this retreat. Maybe it was before filming. I don't know. But
Yeah.
anyways, I guess a week after her and Jordan broke up, she reached out to just see how he was doing and he blocked her. So
Jordan.
yeah. And
Oh,
so it took not, I guess she saw him at a party. She tried to talk to him. He didn't want to talk to her. So he seemed so kind and fine with everything at the reunion last night, which is 18 months later, but obviously it took him a while to get there. So she said it was 9 months later that he finally unblocked her and talked to her. So
okay.
they did have some bumpy rides after that. So when she met his son, he said, "This is Megan. She's gonna live with us. She's gonna have your last name. We're getting married." That's how he introduced her to his son.
Oh,
So, yes.
okay.
And so she was like, I kind of thought he was going to be like, this is my friend Megan, she's going to hang out with us. But he told his son, which, they're engaged. That's the whole point. Nothing wrong with Jordan saying that. But that, I think, gives more context to why he was so upset, right? And then, why he
Yeah.
regretted introducing her. Because, yeah, he told his son, this is your new mom, basically. And that's a little different because I think all of us were kind of like, oh, they met once. It was probably he didn't know what was happening. He didn't know yeah. So apparently he was told we're getting married. So
Okay.
that also just goes, I think, to prove how genuine Jordan is, which we've all felt this whole time. And
Yeah.
he really did think that they were getting married, and a lot of people did feel like he was very sad at the reunion looking at her like he maybe has feelings still. So that does make
100%.
sense. Mhm.
100%. I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I do think that's like extreme. Like I would have probably approached it different. Like, hey, this is my friend,
Yeah.
this is daddy's new friend. Like just, but I think if he introduced her in that way, they must have had conversations where he felt sure, certain, 100%,
Mhm.
like there's not a doubt in his mind. And I, you know, should there have been a conversation beforehand of like, how are you going to introduce me to your son? What is going to be said? I feel like they had to have had a conversation that is like,
Mhm.
I'm serious about this. We're in this. This is happening, and I
Yeah.
think Jordan really thought it was happening, like for him to, introduce like that. So I don't know.
Mhm.
I do feel bad for Jordan. He seemed torn up at the breakup. He seemed really blindsided and he did seem a little sad at their reunion. Like
Yeah.
he didn't have much to say. So
And it does make sense, I guess, as to why he introduced her that way if he thought they were getting married for sure, because they were about to get married in like a week, right? And so you don't want to blindside your child in that way to like, this is my friend Megan. And then a week later, like, it's our wedding day. So, I mean, if he was that confident, it makes sense. But again, we kind of, from watching it and the way they were behaving, we couldn't see that they were both fully confident. So Jordan must have felt differently. But she
yeah.
did say they had, like, 2 off-camera days, which was right before they broke up that we saw, and she said it was bad, like, he didn't talk to her, he was tired, right? He wanted to be on his phone, he didn't wanna have conversations, and she said she felt like a lot of these people have said he was totally different off camera. She said once the cameras went away, he didn't have any interest in talking, and I think he was probably just tired and overwhelmed, and, when you're with your person and you actually have a relationship, you are comfortable to just sit and you don't have to talk, right?
Yeah.
So I've noticed from a lot of the women on the show, at least I think, when you're in the pods, there's nothing to do but talk, right? So you talk, 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 and you get all these conversations, and then you get in the real world with distractions, and you're not going to get that chatty man anymore because most of them aren't that chatty. So I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
hard.
and it's right, it's very different when all there is to do is talk, which is the pod. So I think like I don't know who thinks that they're gonna get this super chatty person. And I get like not knowing somebody and not being in a space where you're comfortable in that silence. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I get both things and I think like, I don't know. I get both of their sides of like
Mhm.
oh, he's not super chatty, but also like him needing his space. I feel like it was an easy issue to compromise on to say, hey, give me an
Yeah.
hour to decompress when I get home from work, and then I'm all yours, or like, but maybe those conversations were being had and we just don't know about them because it really seems bizarre that like Jordan would be so sure and Megan would be so unsure and there were no conversations happening in between. I guess if they wasn't
Mhm.
talking shit, like maybe this is
Yeah.
her whole point. Like maybe if you talk to me, bitch, you would know that I'm not really
Yeah.
feeling it. Like I don't know.
Yeah. And so her 2 dates with Mike, she said they just had no chemistry. So,
Mhm.
which is interesting because they did make it seem at that little cast meetup, remember on camera, he seemed like very flirty with her. And so I think he was probably the same as like no cameras here and not pulling out the razzle dazzle. So all of a sudden these men don't have personalities. So
Right.
and she said her best friends are Casey and Allie, which we gathered from the video. So they are
Mhm.
buddies, and she's AD said, I guess there was couples at the reunion, they just didn't put them on camera, which is kind of funny. But
Oh,
I think yeah, so I think AD and Ollie were there, and I guess Ollie like pulled Jordan in a room for 2 hours and talked to him, and you won't tell AD what they talked about, which I found strange. I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen because I'm like, what? Uh, I don't know. Maybe a father
okay, Ollie,
talk? I
please
don't know.
don't be giving life advice, please. Okay.
That's what I was thinking. I can't, to be honest, not to shade them, but I kind of feel like Ollie was probably telling Jordan, so here's what you got to do. You got to find a girl from another season. You got to get engaged and get pregnant. The money, the deals, like you guys will just be rolling in it. And I think that's exactly what the talk was. Because
A fan
if,
favorite, a fan favorite. Go for a fan
yeah,
favorite. It'll be even
totally.
better if it's a black girl. Like, get Ashley. They love you.
Oh my God.
Well,
Because,
Ashley wasn't a fan favorite, but
no, she could have been. She was on her way. And
she was on her
then,
way. She was on her
yeah,
way, busting up for herself.
yeah. Not to say that Ollie and Nady aren't real. Obviously, I think they are real, but I think just like all the people coming on the show, it's half love and half clout, right? And
Yeah.
it is smart. Like they basically are doing better than a lot of the married couples from Love is Blind. So that's what I think the advice was. It might have just been baby advice. I don't know. But I think it was more like, okay, here's a list of women you need to contact immediately and get this
Or
going for
maybe
yourself. So
Jordan was giving him parental advice. I don't know.
maybe
Maybe
that's what
Jordan
it's one or the
said,
other.
baby, let me give you some dad advice, you know?
Uh-huh. Oh, and then the last funny thing she said was they were the most lit cast and they had to have the alcohol taken away multiple times. So they did try to limit the alcohol. This cast just wasn't having it. So they were a
Okay,
cast
makes
of
sense. We could
drinkers.
tell. We could tell. We
Shocking
could
to nobody, but I'm like, damn, they took the alcohol. Well, how much worse could it have got? Like they were not limiting themselves at all, which they only had a week to prepare, I think a lot of them, and that is I wonder if that's by design because then you don't really have time to psych yourself out, think about what you should do. They just have to like pack and go basically, right? And so you might not be thinking clearly and it's too late after it's filmed. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
so that
Well,
was it for Megan. I think we already heard like obviously she has a 2.5-month-old and that she didn't have any new like baby news. So she said her relationship has been like not all rainbows and butterflies and they're doing their best and she's like has a hard time with control and stuff and so she's put them through a lot through her pregnancy but that he's been great. So
okay.
see what happens there. That's hard when you only know someone for 3 months and get pregnant, but
Yeah.
it can only go up from there. So it gets easier as the baby gets bigger. Not really. That's kind of a lie, but they got all new problems. So
Yeah.
then Casey was on Off the Vine with Caitlin Bristow. So the one big T that she dropped because she didn't. So they filmed this podcast the day after the reunion.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, she said the day of the reunion filmed the day that her ex hockey guy made his video. So we can figure out that timeline. Not that it matters now, but so when was that? Probably 3 weeks, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll
So
date on my Instagram. Let's see. We figured it was right after
the second drop,
his first video or his because he made two.
I think the first.
Okay, so that was October 9th.
Okay. So it's been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they recorded the podcast the day after the reunion. So she didn't know what was going to get cut, right? If I haven't told you lately, thank you again for introducing me to HelloFresh. It has literally changed my life. I no longer have to think about what am I going to make for dinner. All the ingredients and recipes come directly to my door, and 3 out of 4 parents say that their kids eat more veggies with HelloFresh, and I can totally attest to that. My kids are absolutely loving the family-friendly recipes.
I told you their menu is so big. It's literally doubled in size since I started using them. There's so many options to choose from. And the healthy meal options, if you're trying to get summertime fine in the winter, HelloFresh has got you covered and the meals are delicious.
My favorite meals lately are coming from their new Global Street Eats kitchen, which features local favorites from around the world. Have you tried anything off of that menu yet?
Oh my God. The fried beef empanadas are literally my favorite. If you guys have been following us on socials, then you know we've been posting our HelloFresh meals. If you've tried anything, let us know. They've honestly been so fun to make and delicious.
The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/RR10FM now to get 10 free meals plus a free breakfast for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/RR10FM to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. So, not only did she get accused by Kate of hitting on Brendan, but KB came for her for having a little moment with Edmund, which she didn't realize was going to get cut. Yeah, that was my reaction. I was like, did I hear that correctly?
What? No, come on. They should have left that in. What? Because when because when Vanessa was like, when Casey was like, oh, one of the guys I dated is on this couch, and Vanessa like made a joke. It was like, Edmund, you dirty dog, right? Because it was like never would it be Edmund,
Oh my
but
God.
apparently it's Edmund. Yeah, okay, go on.
No. For the people listening, Ricky came out of her chair and was on the floor for a second. Probably like you guys are listening because, yeah, shocking. Although, let me just explain the moment because it wasn't anything really. Probably similar to whatever happened with Brendan. So, Edmund pulled her in a bathroom at a party.
Mm.
And he was very drunk, apparently. And so he was pulling Casey in the bathroom trying to talk about KB. And so I guess KB was at this party. So from Casey's perspective, just like with Joe, just like with Brendan, she didn't do anything wrong. That never happened. But KB came at her at the reunion for it. So there must be some kind of truth. Even if, like I said, in Casey's head, I don't think she thinks it's flirting, but to the men, they think like when you put your arms on someone's chest or you go in a bathroom with them, they're thinking, damn, this girl likes me, right? Which is maybe not fair, but didn't look good to KB, obviously. I wish we could see what she said. I don't know. She didn't
Yeah.
explain what KB said, but she was like, she was worried for the airing of the reunion. She's like, I'm going to look so bad. She still says there's no truth to what Kate said about Brennan. So Kate pulled it out of her ass or Casey's lying. I don't know.
And the thing is Casey's so hard to believe, right? Because we
Yeah.
saw you on camera lie to Patrick's face, and then you're doubling down on that lie. You even doubled down on it at the reunion, so it makes it very difficult to believe. Let's ask Brendan. Let's ask him. Let's
Yeah.
ask Brendan. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe because
Mhm.
I don't know, but I also find it hard to believe that Kate would hit on Edmund. It's like I love you, KB,
Yeah.
but girl, I think you the only one that want that man, or wanted that man
Mhm.
or showed any interest in that man. I don't. I think you're good. Okay, I think you're good. I see how pulling someone in a bathroom would be inappropriate, but I think you good. I don't think Casey
Yeah.
a piece of Edmund.
No, I wish we got the full context because, yeah, all we have is Casey's explanation, which, if it is the way Casey explained it, I don't really know why KB would come for her unless all the girls just had like I don't know who's friends with Madison, right? Like maybe Madison, she's obviously mad about the Joe thing. Maybe she's gotten them all riled up of like, yeah, that was flirting and let's go after her for this before
Well,
she takes more of our men. So,
the thing is we know she's we know she's a man snatcher because Avery
yeah.
said, you
Yeah,
know what I
that's true.
Avery says she
Right.
snatched my man. Like she
Mhm.
complimented me on how cute we are together and how happy she is for me, and then tried to jump in his lap the second I left the party. And she said was booty call texting him at all hours of the night, like
Mhm.
when she knew he was in a relationship. So we know she's a man snatcher. We know she doesn't really respect a relationship.
Yeah.
But Edmund, like I feel like there's boundaries all the way. I don't see if Joe is her type and this ex of hers is her type. Edmund
Mhm.
is not her type. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. Like we can kind of track her type based on the men that she has gone for.
Yeah.
I think you're good, KB. I
I
think
think it's Yeah, I think for her it's more of just the ego hit, right? Like she's like, "Oh, he wants me. He's hitting on me. He's flirting on me." She enjoys it, so she might let it go on more than like someone else would. Most people would be like, "No, I'm not interested in that man. I'm not even going to look at him," right? But she might enjoy the flirting or just have fun with it. So in her head, she's not thinking it's a thing, but obviously to their exes it is. She said she was sad when her and Joe ended. So, like, she's still bitter about it, which adds up for what Avery said because she was not thinking they look cute together. She did not enjoy that at all. So, so her and Joe started talking because, so I don't know, maybe this is understandable, but I guess her grandma was in hospice. So she went to visit her grandma. She forgot she had a cat, forgot to get someone to feed it. And so she was like, freaked out and contacted Joe because he had a friend that lived in the building that could go and feed the cat. So that's how they started talking in May, and that's what led to them hooking up. So
Mhm.
yeah. But something sad that she said was her family is not talking to her. They're real pissed about it. So
Oh.
which is sad. And also I think very telling of sort of like her character and her mindset, if that's how her family is, because how horrible. I mean, even though you can say my child made a bad choice, I guess they told her not to go on. They didn't want her to. They're Mormon.
Yeah,
So I understand them being embarrassed, but you already know the world is coming for your child. And how can you not want to protect them and like make
yeah,
them feel better? It's kind of sad to see. I think her family is very much about like appearances and how
yeah.
things
I
look. So
do remember her saying in one of her previous interviews that if her biggest regret is episode 4 with all of the sex
yes.
talk and like people were coming at her mom and being like, I saw your daughter on Netflix saying these things. So
Mhm.
um I remember her being really embarrassed about it, but she didn't share at that moment that her family wasn't actually talking to her. So
Yeah, that's what she said here. So she said they told her not to go on and they're very embarrassed about everything. So she says never would she do Perfect Match. She's so done with TV. She didn't even want to go to the reunion. They didn't tell her she had to go, but they said it will be better for you if you go. So I don't know if that was like, oh, it'll be better for you mentally or like a veiled threat. I don't know. But they're like, it's not good if you don't go. So, which is so true. You know, they have those incentives and then punishments for other people in the ways that they can since they can't actually punish you. But she said Anna was invited and didn't go. So,
okay.
still don't know why Blake was there. No one has been able to answer that. So, oh,
Yeah.
but the other thing is she was talking about all the hate and how sad it is and all the stuff. And then they were talking about the basketball thing. And she's like, oh, I guess Patrick used to play in basketball. And she said something snarky. I can't remember. Like, must have been on this team or something, like making fun of his basketball skills. So it's like she's still being that same person. It doesn't seem like she's changed. She was very much like, oh, I didn't know Patrick had this connection with Anna. That was so sad to see, like really deflecting and still not just being like, yeah, I get how it looked. I need to do some self work and none of that. She's just very much like a
Yeah.
victim.
Victim,
Yeah.
victim,
Mhm.
victim. Hmm.
Yeah. So that was about it. The
Okay.
KB and Edmund thing was, I mean, the Casey and Edmund thing was shocking. But again, I wish we saw what KB said. I'm sure maybe we'll hear more about that coming on
Yeah.
her
If
interviews.
KB,
So.
yeah, if KB does an interview.
I definitely think we'll see either KB, Allie, or Madison on the Vile Files because those are the three that did all the press days. So that's how you know who like the darlings are, who they are trying to push to us all, and those are the press girlies. So they'll probably get the biggest interviews.
Mm,
Allie did post today. But wait, there's more. So yes, I think a lot got cut out of her story. So,
okay.
hmm so I'm sure she's got some buses to drive over Anton coming. We'll see it.
Okay, we'll see. Girl, you better come
Uh-huh.
with something because whatever you
Yeah.
came with at the reunion wasn't enough. Okay.
No, and I think being friends with Casey is telling, right? It's so funny how you even if you try to put on a character on these shows, like your true character and who you really are, it just comes through. And see, these girls made friends before they knew the edit, before they knew how the audience would react. So they're BFF. But now you see the edit and it's like, yeah, that makes sense. They would be friends, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just funny how you can't really hide who you really are for too long.
Sure
You
can.
try, but
You can
mhm.
try. Yeah, but when cameras go down, you're gonna show your whole ass on social media. I see Allie's been posting like cutesy, but like bitchy. Like, are we the drama? Like, I
Yeah.
hate when they start posting them kind of like, oh, we're the oh, everyone's talking about us. Like, we're the talk of the
Mm.
town. Like, girl,
Yeah,
in
just
4 weeks,
poking the
in four
bear,
weeks,
right?
everyone will know who you are. So keep it cute. Like, keep
Yeah.
it cute.
I tried to give that advice to some of the season 7, that's the DC, right? Some of the season 7 girls because there was some hate online, but when you also look at a comment section, you will see a lot of good and a lot of positive too, right? But they love to just focus on like these 2 hate comments and they'll put that in their story and make videos about it like, "Oh, you're obsessed with me, I'm the drama," all that stuff, right? And I'm like, just why are you amplifying that? You're just encouraging more people to give you negative attention because that's what you're responding to, right? So
Right.
so like put the positives out there and all the love you're getting and that encourages people to do it more. Like, oh, they are liked. I guess I it's okay to like that person. If you're only posting all these death threats and hate, you're like, "Oh, everyone hates that person, so I'm not gonna, like, comment that I like them." So
Yeah.
I tried. They don't listen to me, but I tried. So they were, like, not having my advice, but
Yeah. Doing
they
the
learn eventually.
they learn
Mhm.
eventually, and they always come back, and they always come back. That's what
They
we
do.
will say. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm. Okay,
Well, I
interesting.
think yeah, we learned a lot in just those 2 interviews, so I'm sure as we're recording this, there's more interviews dropping by the second, so we'll
Yeah, yeah,
probably
it'll be
be
a busy week. It'll be a busy week. Please, just tomorrow
yeah, no sleep.
we want to go trick or treating tomorrow.
Yeah, we got asked to do an interview at, like, 8 a.m. next week, and I'm like, "Oh, I get up at 6 anyway, that's fine." Ricky's like, "When do you sleep?" I'm like, 12 midnight till 6. That's 6 hours, that's a normal sleep
No,
night."
sometimes you're texting me at like 1 or 2, so you're not sleeping. That's a lie.
Okay, 2 to 6. That's a great sleep night. Sleep is so important, and the people that get the 10 hours, I'm so jealous of. They look good, they're glowing. I'm like a tired little troll, so
Hard working mama bear.
yeah, yeah. I sometimes pick, like, 1 day a week to catch up, so then I'm good. Don't worry. Don't
Yeah.
worry about me. I got my sleep when I need it, so
There is
those
a
busy
small
girls.
receipt report in regard to the Louis and Huda drama of it all. They have
Right.
since they first initially when we told you guys about it, they had released like kind of like statements that were not PR statements. They have
Mm,
since both released like their official PR statement on their Instagram stories, and a lot of the other cast members have weighed in as well. Amaya,
yeah.
Hannah, Jeremiah, Shelly, and of course Olandria released a statement. So that's
Yes, and she put some links to donate, which was really cool of her, and then, yeah, Huda and Louis put out more, like, apologetic statements, right? Because their
yes.
first one was very negative, like, "I hate the Love Island fan base," and it wasn't like,
We didn't
I
hear
didn't hear
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Huda also in her statement said that she made a donation to the NAACP, which I thought was funny. You
What?
know, I just thought it was funny because last time at the reunion where everybody was trying to say, "Hey, when you seen this racism from your fans going on, you should have nipped it
Mhm,
in the bud then." And it was like, "I didn't make the post. I didn't do it. I didn't see no donations then because she wasn't
mhm,
getting heat. But now that she's getting heat, all of a sudden you made a donation. This is exactly why people told you to nip it in the bud when you seen it because
mhm,
by you not doing that, by you not making a statement, by you not telling your fans to stop, they have continued to this point to where now that it's affecting you, now you're making a donation. So it's bullshit. Like you're
yeah,
not doing it because you care about this cause. You're doing it because now it's negatively affecting you. When it wasn't negatively affecting you and it was only negatively affecting Alandria, you didn't give a shit.
mhm.
So
Yeah, it's obviously just because of the backlash. She's had months to do something before all this backlash, and she never did care. So, very weird that they would even answer a phone call on a live. I don't get the thought process on that. And
right.
like, how did this person have her phone number?
I don't know,
Like, do they
a
know her?
there must have been yeah, like, were they calling her cell phone and she was just taking a call, or is she saying it's a prank call? I thought they were taking callers on the live, which would be risky in itself, but again, like, even if it was a prank call and this is a child, right? It sounded like a very young child. It's
Mhm,
concerning that your young fan base has this mindset and they think that it's okay because they've seen the actions displayed on Love Island. They've seen what was going around online and you did not stand up against it, which
mhm.
it fuels them to keep this going,
Yeah.
and if you had shut it down when Olandria asked you to or said it hurt my feelings that you didn't, guess what? You might not be in this fucking pot of shit right now,
Yeah.
so everything comes back to bite you, but when it affects you negatively is now when you want to make the donations and now you want to put up a statement.
Mhm. I just feel like it had to have been someone that knows her to have her phone number, right?
I mean, or somebody, we said this new Love Island fan base is very different. So you don't
Yeah.
know, you don't know what kind of research and stuff they're doing, what length they're going through to find these little 12 and 13-year-olds are doing to find the number. So
Mhm.
um Yeah.
Yeah, just yeah, not a good situation, but glad all of the cast has said something about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're sticking up for Olandria, which is great. And her response was great too. So,
Yeah.
anything else before we go on to Selling Sunset?
No, let's do it. I'm excited to talk about
Yeah.
it.
Uh,
It was good. I did
I know, right?
watch the recap, like the previously on, so it's like I
Oh,
can,
good.
but they all look so different season to season.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, these they changed their face
You
like
should
that.
try looking at season 1 and then going to this. It's crazy. Like season 1, it was just like simple little like cardigans and regular work clothes, like what you'd see in any realtor's office across the country. And it has changed season by season and it gets more outrageous and they try to outdo each other to the point where like they're barely even wearing a skirt sometimes. And
Okay, because I mean, opening scene, I was like, okay, cute little two-piece set, but your booty cheeks are out. I mean,
I know.
okay.
It's what they're known for at this point. Last season was a lot of drama because Chelsea came with a skirt that was like, yeah, whole booty hanging out. And some of the girls said it was inappropriate. And it was like, well, you also have your booty cheeks hanging out. So who are you to say that? So it was silly. But yeah, that's part of. I don't know that they're wearing that off show. Like, I don't know if they're actually doing open houses like this, but they do
Yeah.
dress pretty good on a regular basis. They just like go above and beyond when the show's on. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta give people something to talk about. I doubt you're showing a $15 million home with your ass out. Or maybe you are. If it's a man buying it, maybe that's gonna help seal the deal. I don't know.
well, it explains why married men are contacting Emma wanting to invest in her company, right? Like, I would think that for the single men out there, it's attractive to have a realtor like that, and you might be able to get clients that way. But I don't know how. Like, obviously, women are buying houses now too, right? So,
Yeah, or if somebody that has a wife, I'd walk in
yeah,
and be like, "Fuck no, we're not buying this house with these bitches. I get somebody else."
right. And anyone knows, like a married couple, the woman is calling the shots, and when it comes to buying the house, most likely, like it's
Yeah,
her that's looking at the houses, which they do a lot of couples too. No one is usually like, I'm not gonna see this realtor because of how they dress, but yeah, I mean, knowing that this whole situation with Emma went on, it definitely wouldn't be like my first choice for my husband to meet up with them, but
yeah,
it's LA. I'm sure every profession is full of these hot women, so you kind of have to just accept it.
yeah, yeah.
But
So
yeah, they what do you think of the houses?
amazing, amazing. The
Mhm.
price points are insane, but it's
Crazy.
because of the location, because you can
Yeah.
find, like, something very similar over the hill for, like, $5 million less, you know what I mean? It's the views that you're seeing in the location, on Doheny, like, it's just that's so
Is
cool.
that like right do you know where the office is? The Oppenheim? Have you seen it on
No, but I seen on
Oh.
Anthony Gile's story, he kept acting like he was going and I was like, "That must be something," and now I'm
Mhm.
like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." But
Yeah,
on
the first
on Sunset, assuming that it's on Sunset?
I think so. Do you know where the Mondrian is?
Mhm.
Okay, so the first time I went to LA, I stayed there and then I was just going for a walk and I walked down and it was like right there on the left. So
Okay,
whatever road that is, it's like
okay,
if you stay at the Mondrian, it's like a block away. You walk right
okay.
by it. So the first time I went, which was January 2023, they didn't have the hedges out. So it was weird. You like see the windows and you're
But
like,
see, Gile was just here, like, 2 weeks ago, and he there were no hedges up.
"Oh, they're gone
Yeah, I
now."
think they
Okay.
took him down because he was just, like, acting like he was walking into the door. He was making content, so and I didn't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the hedges were not there the first time I went, and it was weird because it's like you can't see in the glass, I guess, unless you put like your face on it, and I'm not gonna do that. So I walked near the windows, and you're like, just like, is this really where they are? Like, are they inside there? But I never put my face on the glass. But a lot of people did put their face on the glass or knock, and sometimes they would come out and take pictures of people. So
Okay,
I can
okay,
imagine that would be distracting. But then
uh,
they had the hedges up last year when I went, I guess, so maybe they're gone now because they were kinda ugly. They, like, take up the whole sidewalk, so
yeah, yeah, I
but
could I would think that they need something like that or blinds or something so that people it doesn't distract you and, like, I think blinds would have been, like, kind of
Yeah.
better, like, just close the shades and
Yeah.
nobody can see in, you can't see out, so you don't know if people are taking pictures or whatever, so
Mhm. So the first house they looked at, what did you think of the stove on the counter? Like, I feel
yeah.
like I would burn myself a lot, like, forgetting the stove is there, or is that, like, a
Yeah,
common
it
thing?
was delightful to me. I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, this is luxury, honey. This is
Yeah.
luxury."
I don't think it's family friendly because I think kids are always, like, touching shit on the counter when you're cooking, and I could just imagine like, I think it was Chriselle that didn't know that that was the vent that came out
Yeah,
of the thing,
yeah,
but Chelsea, if you follow Chelsea on Instagram, she is like a chef. She's cooking all the time. She's always posting her meals, her recipes, so she knows her way around a stove. She's really good at it. So,
yeah, okay.
yeah, she has always been married and has 2 little kids, so that was a big part of her story, but that all fell apart last season. He got caught with another woman at a hotel, which Bree spilled that tea, so now they're divorced. So this is our
Yeah,
first time
so
seeing her
I
single.
seen that in the flashback, right? And then I obviously hear Bree in the episode saying that Chelsea's not talking to her, and I'm like,
Mhm.
did her tea seeing her man with somebody else at a hotel is what led to her divorce?
Yes, that's what they're saying at least. And so I think there was some drama because basically I think everyone knew that this had happened, but Bree like, they don't set up their own scenes, obviously, it's production, but production organized for this girl who saw her husband at a hotel to come and meet Bree for a scene and, like, put it on camera, basically. Because I think Chelsea was gonna try to not have it a part of the show, which, the girls on the show, they aren't great in terms of, like, not like a housewife, they do wanna keep it separate, and they do want, like, fake storylines and keep their real life off the show, which gets a little tricky. Like, you won't really see Nick Cannon a lot. You won't see a lot of, like, what's really going on. So when this whole affair thing came out last season, like, Chriselle quit over it. She's back, though. Like, they get really mad when, like, rumors about them start, and it's like, "You're on a reality show." Like, that's all we have here is rumors, drama. So that is one annoying thing. It's still a super successful show and people watch it, but sometimes what's happening off screen in their real lives doesn't end up on the show, which is annoying.
So she didn't want it on the show, but she ultimately ended up divorcing him for it? Like,
Yeah.
if it wasn't on the show, would you have just stayed with him or, like, what? I just
Yeah, I think there was definitely more to it. I know the divorce was very, like, messy and contentious and a lot
okay.
of yeah. So I think there was more to it. I think she was probably gonna divorce him anyways, but just didn't want it on the show, and then Brie brought it on the show, and they're still mad at her for that, which is so silly. It's like you're on a
I think that's silly. I think, like,
Mhm.
if y so you would want her to know that "Oh, you're just mad I brought it on the show, not that I told you. You wanted me to tell you about it, but you didn't want me to bring it on the show." So
Yeah.
I think that's really nice of her to tell her about it, like, unless you just
Yeah.
live in Delulu land, but I guess if you didn't want it on the show, but it's like, "Girl, us this show doing well and having ratings is like and real life drama is what's gonna keep the audience hooked, you know?"
Yeah, and you can't be on a reality show and not mention your divorce, and then everyone sees it in the press, and it's like, "Well, why aren't you talking about that?" On Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, like, Kyle, one of the main stars, she's been on every season, like, all 15 years, and her marriage has been a huge storyline, and then they finally got divorced, and she's been trying to keep it off the show, and it's like, I think some of them, when they're the big stars of a show, they have that pull, right? Where they can say, "I don't want this on," and they have more say in what they actually talk about, but the audience eventually doesn't like that. They start to turn on you because 'cause they're like, "Well, you're not showing your real life, so what am I watching?" But
Yeah.
I think with this one, they really think of it as, like, an acting job and not as much reality, which is very clear when you watch it, right? So
Okay.
I think if you watch it and try to, like, not think about it as reality, it's just entertaining. Because Chriselle came from, like, soap opera, she was a soap star,
Okay.
so that's kind of the vibe that they bring to this, but
Okay.
it's still good. They still do bring real drama, but, you can tell when they don't want to, and they quit over it, and you're like, "That's the show. We need your rumors and your divorces and your drama, or we don't have anything but houses to talk about." So,
Right. Right.
Kind of like Heather on the OC, right? Like she tries to stay out of the mess. She doesn't want her personal stuff, and she's just kind of there. So I think as you become a bigger reality star, which these girls are really big stars now, 9 seasons in, they think, I don't want it to be my mess, right? And so there
Yeah.
used to be this girl, Christine, who was, okay, this is going to make some of you guys mad, but I'm a Christine fan. I was Team Christine, not Team Chriselle. People hate that. I'm sorry, but I liked her, and she was a great villain, and she was real. Now they have Nicole, who is not Christine, and this is where we're having problems. I don't know if you could tell from the first 2 episodes, but Nicole is just not cut out for reality TV. Doesn't
Nicole's
know
the
what.
one with the bob?
Yes.
Okay.
And so she wasn't a part of the show and apparently like desperately wanted to get on. So they finally brought her on, I want to say 2 seasons ago, as sort of like the one to go after Chriselle, because Chriselle's the queen bee. Christine was her villain to Chriselle's good for 4 seasons, and Christine left. And now they have Nicole, who just is not up to Christine's par. She tries her best, but she can't get her words out. Then we see in the episode 2, she goes so low to hell, and
Goes
she
to he she
she
went to hell, but I have my thoughts on that argument, but we'll get
yeah,
there.
okay.
'Cause I
Yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts as a new watcher.
okay.
So let's get okay.
Okay.
What else happened in the first episode that we need to talk about? Was Chriselle and Mary all of a sudden were buddies, which was weird to me because I thought they weren't getting along from last season. All of a sudden they seem cool though. I don't know how that happened, but
The owners of the Oppenheimer group, they're twins?
yes,
Okay. All right.
Brett
They're
and
both little
Jason,
and twins. Okay.
very
Yes.
tiny.
Yes,
Yes.
very tiny. Them
Yeah.
pockets are tiny, obviously.
And Jason always has a very hot 20-year-old blonde girlfriend / fiance that changes every season. It's always somebody new.
All right. Well,
He's got the money though.
power to him. I know that's
Yes. Yeah, he's very successful. Although I was kind of wondering, like, are they doing well? Because real estate in general is not great right now. And then they said it was the lowest in 35 years. So
Yeah.
that I'm surprised that they're still able to make this a show. I think that mansion tax really affected them. That was a plot line a few seasons ago. I don't know if you know what that is. I think something
I
you
don't know.
buy it. Yeah,
Seems
they used to be able to like buy these houses, and now you have to pay like a huge tax. So it's a little bit of a deterrent. So
and it's like the neighborhoods that they're selling these houses in Malibu, and those are prone to fires, so
yeah,
it's like I don't, the people that can afford these houses and the location of these houses are like prone to fires. Palisades, Malibu, like
yeah,
get a lot of fires. So
yeah. I think they started filming this season last November, so that's why they have like quite a chunk of it before the fires, and then we'll see that coming up soon. So
yeah.
very sad. I remember listening to Crystal Minkoff's podcast, and she said something about all the insurance there had sent out a letter like before the fire saying if you didn't do like this, this, and this, you weren't insured. So that's why a lot of people thought they had insurance and then they didn't. And it costs a lot of money to do all these fireproofing, which a lot of people didn't have, right? Because not everyone that lives in the Palisades had money. There's people that have been there for like 50 years. So
Yeah.
that's scary because I think people think, oh, whatever, these rich people have insurance. Who cares? Get a mansion and put insurance on it. But I think it's a lot to go through to get coverage. So
Yeah.
especially in those areas.
Yeah. So my uncle, my mom's brother, lived in the Palisades. His house was affected by the fires, but it didn't burn down. The buildings around it burned down, but his did not burn down. But he doesn't even get to move back in until next November.
Wow,
Um,
that's a
and the
long
house
time.
that he's staying in right now is and of course her name just left my mind, but she's the most followed person on TikTok. Like she's the
What?
biggest. She's like what the hell is her name? It's her old house. She used to live there. So I thought that was really cool. And
The mo
insurance is paying for it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So he got the good insurance then, because apparently
Who's
some of them
the
wouldn't.
number one followed person on TikTok? She's very huge.
Wait, is that ChatGPT? I've never done it.
No, I was just talking into
Oh,
Google.
okay.
So it's
I'm so out of the
like
loop.
Tabby Lane, but that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Charlie D'Amelio. She's like
Oh,
so
the
Charlotte
TikTok girl,
D'Amelio,
yeah.
the house that they're staying in now, she used to live in that house. And so
Wait, so Your
My
uncle got money?
Oh, yeah, my mom's brother got a big old bag. He's, like,
What?
real rich. My mom's brother, yeah. Mhm.
You need to go visit him and get some content in the house.
I literally said that, like, I was like, "Oh, can I" like, 'cause his wife was saying, like, a lot of her PR packages were still coming there.
Oh, that's amazing.
She showed me a video, like, "Yeah, this was, like she did this video in our closet." And I was like, "I need to come over there and be like,
Yeah,
this is where Charlie D'Amelio filmed her." Yeah,
that's so
so
cool. Nice.
yeah, mhm, yeah, fun fact.
I love it. Yeah, you gotta go visit, that would be cool. But, that's good because I only hear, like, the bad stories where people had no insurance and they didn't get anything, so it's good at least some people have the right insurance. Because yeah, I think
Yeah,
in that
me too,
area you would need to, which is probably a deterrent for these areas, like you said.
yeah.
So the end of episode 1 was Emma and Nicole having a sit down talking about this rumor from last season. So this was the silliness about last season, right? Because this could have been, maybe it's not fun, I guess, to be accused of sleeping with a married man. I don't know. If you're on these shows, to me it seems like par for the course, but
Yeah,
it was a silly little rumor Nicole brought to the group last season. We saw kind of the behind the scenes of how she found out in this scene. But Emma and Chriselle were so pissed. Like, they quit the show over this rumor being brought up, which I feel like she could have just explained it like she did in the scene of like, no, he was hitting on me. He's the married man. I turned him down and move on. I don't know. It just didn't seem like a big deal. I get not wanting to be accused of that, but I would think they're used to these kind of rumors and stuff like that. And if you didn't do anything wrong, right? If you have,
yeah.
if you're not worried that like some kind of receipts coming out showing that you did, which I think there is a clip in the upcoming scenes that she went on a plane with him or something, or
No, I
did I
think
see that?
that was what Nicole was basically saying is like that's what her source had told her is like that you or that you don't get on a plane with a married
Yeah,
man or whatever. And I think that
yeah,
Nicole's point of was just trying to say like I didn't just pull this out of my ass. It like actually did come from a source. She wasn't really apologizing for saying it. She was just like I'm trying to let you know that I didn't make it up that like and it's like
mhm,
okay, even if you didn't make it up and you did get it from somewhere, I'm telling you that it's not true, and I don't like that you spread this, and it's kind she's kinda just like, "Okay, you don't like that I spread it, but it came from somewhere legit." Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And it was an interesting conversation. That little restaurant they went to, Casita, by the way, sucks.
Oh.
Disgusting. I've been there.
Okay, don't go there.
Don't get there.
Where that's in, like, West Hollywood?
It's in, like, Sherman Oaks. Yeah. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
it's in the valley, so it's not
Oh, okay,
not
okay,
over the hill, but
okay.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so I just feel like Emma is so angry about it that, like, there is some kind of truth, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she's just being weird about it. I just feel
Yeah.
like you would just be like, "No, I didn't do anything wrong," and leave it at that, and if she was going on planes with him, that is a bit more than just showed him a house, you know? Like, I get
Yeah.
why you might be, nervous that your husband went on a plane with her, especially given what Emma herself said, he crossed boundaries. When I found out he wanted more, I put a stop to it. So he was hitting on you, you know? So not
Yeah.
that's not her fault, but it's like
Right.
it seems like there's something that Emma doesn't want to come out from this
Yeah. We
situation.
need to know more about the plane because if
Yeah.
a man is crossing boundaries and being flirty, then you should not be going on a plane with him. So we need to
No.
know what happened there, you know?
Yeah, I just feel like yeah, there would be no reason to go on a plane alone with the married man. Like, I'd be like, "Is your wife coming to see the house? And if you can't, like, I'll take myself there." But then again, like, men and women have to work together all the time when one or the other is married. So we need more information on this plane.
Yeah.
Was it just going to see a house, and why couldn't they drive, and what's going on here?
Did
So
she go on the plane? You know,
yeah,
because she didn't really mention that part. Like Nicole didn't
yeah.
really mention that part. So we didn't really get an answer to it.
hmm So yeah, that was what that whole conversation was about. What did you think in just this conversation? Did you like Emma more or Nicole or neither? Or what was your vibe just as a new
The
watcher?
vibe was neither. Like I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Okay,
No.
like, I can see that nobody really fucks with Nicole just because
hmm
earlier in the scenes, they were at the office, nobody was really talking to her except what's the one girl that has the silver tooth? What's her name?
Amanda?
Amanza. Yes,
hmm
Amanza, Amanza.
Yeah.
Um, So, yeah, and it's like, okay, clearly people are mad at her for starting this rumor or thinking she's starting this rumor. So now she's explaining I didn't start it. It came out of somewhere. But I do think that she should have approached it differently. Like if you wanted to apologize, like you don't have to like explain where you heard it from. Just if you genuinely don't believe this and you genuinely think the information you may have gotten it wrong, or even if you do believe it and you want to continue a friendship with this girl, you should probably apologize.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem like that's what she was there for. She was there to like just kind of like get it off her chest that like I didn't
Mhm.
make this up.
Yeah, so I've never been a Chrishell fan, which I know is rare, and I'm not an Emma fan, so that's why it annoys me that Nicole is so bad at this because I can't be team Nicole either. Like with the way she acts, no. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we got into what's interesting is so obviously I'm very new to Chriselle and Emma, and at the dinner at the end of episode 2, which we'll get into episode 2, at that dinner, I'm like, Chriselle's starting. Like she's
yeah.
starting the mess. Like Nicole went to hell. You took it too far, but she fucking started it. And it was actually pissing me off at that dinner that everybody was telling Nicole to shut the fuck up. You need to stop talking. You need to stop talking. Tell this bitch to stop talking because she
Yeah.
started this shit and she got bucked first. So you can't expect a bitch to get bucked with me and I'm just supposed to sit here and sit on my hands and look cute. Now you
Mhm.
also there are boundaries. There are lines you
Yeah.
don't cross. And then Nicole took it too far. But before she took it too far, people were already telling her to shut up. And people were,
Mhm.
and Chriselle was already woofing. So I was looking like, why does everybody keep telling this girl to shut up, but nobody's telling this girl to shut up?
And that's the problem is that they're all like Chrishell is the star. She's the fan favorite. The
Mhm.
cast all knows that, so it's automatically team Chrishell for them. And there
Okay.
is no other team to be on because your other option is Nicole, who, yeah. What happened 2 seasons ago is they were having an argument like that, and then Chrishell went to hell and said, You do drugs, you're on drugs to Nicole. So
I
that's where
seen
this
that
started.
recap. Yeah. I seen
Yes.
that in the
So
recap.
Chrishell went too far, people felt like, in that. And then I guess this was Nicole's big payback moment, and she went way too far. So, yeah, it just frustrates me because I don't find Emma and Chrishell that likable. At times, I don't know. Chrishell is married. And when her partner G comes on the show and they're together, these are the first times where I was like, oh, maybe I do like Chrishell. I felt like they're really great together. They're very genuine. Before that, she dated Jason, the owner, and that felt so fake. And so that's when I first started to be like, I'm not really Team Chrishell. Then seeing her with G, I'm like, okay, they're cute. And I started to get more on board with her. But then when I see scenes like this dinner, I'm like, it's hard to like her too, I feel like, right?
No. Yeah, no,
I know people love her, but
I mean, again, as a first time watcher, I was like, obviously, it was obvious to me that her and Emma were friends and she was close friends with her. And okay, did I find it annoying that Nicole was going on and on about her eyesight and she couldn't see for 24 hours and now you're just so grateful for your eyesight? Like, okay, bitch, like, all right, move on to the next thing. To me, as a first time watcher, Chriselle started it. She started getting ugly first. She started kind of lashing out first. It seemed to me like initially Nicole was just responding and everybody was just yelling at Nicole to shut up. And
mhm,
Chriselle just kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going. And because everyone was rallying behind Chriselle, it was like amping her up more and more and
mhm,
more. Like, yeah, shut up. Yeah, leave. Yeah, this. Yeah, that. And, and Chriselle threw the first bomb. She was like, didn't she say, she said drugs first. And then she
yeah,
blew back and said, I think you're thinking of your parents, which initially I didn't know the girl's parents had passed away. So I
yeah,
was like, at first I was like, I mean, I feel like if her
brutal.
parents were alive, that wouldn't have been to hell. Like, it's like you talk about me being on drugs, but your parents are on drugs. But then to know that they were deceased, it's like, okay, oh my God, like there are
Yeah,
limits.
yeah, and that's why this just isn't fun to watch. I mean, it is fun, but yeah, it would be better if it was a good enemy for Chriselle because Christine could hold her own with Chriselle, and this just feels like Nicole is in way over her head. She doesn't know, like, this whole eyesight conversation. Like, what are you talking about? And that's her 99% of the time. She's not articulate. She doesn't know what she's saying. And then I think she just, like, Chriselle had brought up her parents earlier in the conversation. And obviously, she's not a person who thinks through things. And she said that, right? And so that's not fun to watch. We wanna see you come back at her about her bad shoes or her stupid outfit or her whatever, like, not her
Yeah.
parents that have
Or
passed away,
her
that's
being on
disgusting.
drugs or her, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, take a low blow in regard to her, her relationship, her outfit, her hair. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many places you can go, but you don't go to someone's kids. You don't go to their deceased parents. There's just lines. And then
Yeah.
but I do think initially before Nicole went there, it was unfair how everyone was ganging up on her and Chriselle was just able to woof and talk and
Mhm.
everyone was telling Nicole to shut up, but nobody was telling Chriselle to shut up. And then it's like, and then when your friend is trying to tell you you're going low, you're going too low, you don't do that. She still didn't understand or comprehend, like, why could she talk about me and I can't talk about her and I didn't do drugs? And she's like, "We did drugs together, like, who cares? This is
Yeah.
LA, everybody did drugs, like, just fucking own
Yeah.
it." You know what I mean? And she just couldn't see the light, but she
No.
definitely went too far, she definitely went to hell, but before she went to hell, I was on her side. I was like, "Why are these
And
girls?"
that's
Yeah.
that's the frustrating thing, right? Because I do feel like Chriselle was, wrong and annoying in that conversation, and had Nicole been able to hold herself better and hold her own better, I think people could people are I know it's more common to be team Chriselle, but there are people who feel the same, and they would like someone that can actually not take her down, but, put her in her place a little because she knows that Nicole was brought on to sort of come for her, and she knows that Nicole is no match for her, and so that's why you see in those scenes of her, like, starting and going for her first, right? Because she
Yeah.
knows that she can't handle it, where if that
Yeah,
was
she's gonna
Christine,
she's gonna
Chriselle wouldn't
pep
do that.
this up for herself. She's like, she's gonna take it too far, and then everybody's gonna love me. But yeah, like she can't. Yeah, you're right. I see what you're saying. Like she
Mhm.
can't hold. She needs a strong personality that can like stay on the same level. Like, okay, we're gonna talk about me being doing drugs, then bitch, I'm gonna talk about
Yeah,
shit, yo
someone
drinking.
that knows how to yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not team Nicole, I'm not team Chriselle. I love Brie, I like Chelsea, those are my girls. The
I
other
like
ones,
Brie.
I'm over it.
I
Yeah.
like Brie. Questionable that she's, Nick Cannon's one of 8 baby mamas. It surprises me that like someone like Brie, who's beautiful, has a lot going for herself, clearly getting $100,000 commissions on these homes that she's selling on a successful reality TV show. Like why somebody like that would be with Nick Cannon or would choose
Mhm.
to be one of 8. You know what I mean? I'm like, why? Like, you could just be with anybody you want. Like,
And she said 10 years, right? Which so
yeah.
he had all these babies while you were with him.
Well, yeah, I think he's in he's
Yeah, he has
very,
a lot of open relationships, right?
yeah, and they all kind of know about each other and they all, kind of just take their moment of being with him and accept that.
Is he, like, a big deal in the States? Because here, I'm like, I know who Nick Cannon is, but it's like,
No,
he's oh,
he's
okay.
no,
I'm
he's the
like,
same here as he is
well,
there. That's why it's
okay.
very confusing. Like,
But he
and
has a lot of money, right, somehow?
yes,
He
I
must.
like, he must, if he's buying Birkins, but I don't know from what, like, I can't, like, name something that Nick Cannon has done that's just, like, so incredible
'Cause
besides, like, Wild 'N Out. I would think that's,
all
like
I know him from is, like, hosting America's Got Talent, right? Does he do
and
that?
he had Wild 'N Out, which was, like, a
Oh,
pretty
okay.
successful, TV show.
Like MTV, right, or something?
Yeah,
Was it?
I don't know
Okay.
if it's on another network now, but it's like that comedy show. But like I don't
Yeah.
know what you getting from that. Like he's an actor, but like I don't like he hasn't been in anything Oscar worthy. It's just kind of she just seems like too much of a bad bitch for him. But also Nick Cannon was married to Mariah Carey. He has twins by Mariah Carey. That's what
Oh,
he's
you're right.
famous.
Yeah, of course,
He's
okay.
getting some maybe he got some funds in the divorce. I don't know, but that was
It's
like when
it's a
she
common
married what?
It's a common question. Where does Nick Cannon money come from was like one of the top searches. It
Yeah.
says his net worth is $50 million. So
Oh,
what
well
the
well,
he claims to make 100 million, but this article says 50 million. So
50
maybe it's from Mariah.
maybe. I don't know that he got anything in the divorce. I know they have twins together, so
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing that, like, of all of like, I don't even know. I think he has, like, 12 kids, or he has a lot of kids, and Mariah Carey's 2 are in those. But I know,
Yeah.
like, you'll see with the holidays coming up, he's gonna be posting family pictures with each, baby mama.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be weird, right? But then I'm like, sometimes you get kind of sick of your husband, so having like only to see him 1/8 of the time might not be the worst
Poly I
thing.
think he's just, polyamorous or polygamous or whatever. I think
Yeah.
but it's like, does she then get to date other people? Like, does she, is the man the only one that gets to have multiple partners, or is she allowed to, like, date other
Yeah.
men?
Yeah, because we never see her like dating, posting anyone else. Like I think she is loyal to him.
That's really crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. And I know a lot of, like, celebrities are, like, adopting that lifestyle. I know Chris Brown has, like, multiple relationships with his baby mom, multiple girlfriends, and he's just like, as long as they all know about each other. I know Neo also has, like, 3 girlfriends that are just like, I'm like, what
It's
is
a lot
the
of work.
being one of 8? Like, I couldn't do it. No, thank you,
No.
bitch. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No. That does yeah, doesn't seem like a good time. But if it works for them, I mean she seems happy. So maybe she's like an independent person that doesn't want like a partner all the time and this works for her. But
Mm.
or it's the money, I don't know. One of the two
I guess
things.
she's got her own money, but I mean, she don't got
Yeah.
$1 million, but I mean, I don't know. I just you could do better, Brie. Like, you could just you
Yeah.
could do better. You're a bad bitch. You selling these $1 million homes. You could do better. But
Yeah, you
with
would think at some point she would want like a more of a
my
constant
commitment.
partner because you're
Yeah,
gonna be missing things, right? Like, what if I guess maybe they don't all have the same birthday, so he's safe there, but like,
or during the
you can only spend
holidays.
Christmas with one. Yeah.
But you know what? No, like, I'm telling you, like, look it up. Like, he'll have Christmas pictures with all of them, and I think sometimes they just do
Like
one big
together?
powwow where all the kids are together and all the baby mamas are together. Like, they're totally happy with, like, sharing this man. I'm like, he must have some incredible peen and money. I'm also like, you're also spreading your seed, so you're having unprotected sex with all of these women.
Yeah.
It's really a nightmare. It's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, not the ideal situation, I don't think for
I mean,
most people,
ideal
but
for maybe, and not to be taken the wrong way, but, like, ideal for maybe, like, a bum bitch, you know what I mean? Like, who
what does that mean?
a bum bitch? Like, a bitch that is a bum, like, you know what I mean? But she's not a bum, you know what I mean? Like, she's got a lot going for herself, so I can see how this situation's like, "Oh, well, I don't really have anything going for myself, and this man
Yeah.
is my child is my check, like, he's paying my bills, he's getting me Birkins, he's paying my car, he's" maybe, but, like, she doesn't have to deal with that, like, she's got her own shit, so,
Yeah.
I don't know about all his other baby mamas, but except for Mariah Carey, from my understanding, she's the only one that's, like, no, I don't wanna say, like, is somebody, but, like, she's the only one that, like, kinda has
Yeah,
her own
has
thing
their
going
own
that
show.
we know,
Yeah.
yeah, that we know of besides Mariah, so, I don't know, let me get out of other people's business, I guess.
No, that's our job.
I know, let me
We
I'm gonna go on a deep dive to find out what she's
Yes. Yeah, next episode, we'll try to find out more about what she sees in Nick and why she chooses this lifestyle. I'm pretty sure she's been asked, like, to death about it, and I think she's given a lot of interviews, so we'll compile some
is
information.
is she the one that publicly said that Michael B. Jordan was bad in bed?
Yes, she
Oh.
is. Oh, I forgot about that, so you dodged a bullet then.
Oh, you know what? To each their own, everybody likes a little something different. You never know what's bad to somebody. One man's trash is another man's. You
Yeah.
never know.
More specifics, like, what was bad about it, right?
What's
Because
bad?
maybe
Right. Yeah.
if she likes Nick Cannon, she probably likes a little freaky stuff, and maybe Michael's just a little more vanilla in the bedroom. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with
Or
that.
is it little? Is it? I need some details. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I know these ladies' backstory is enough for its own episode because they got a lot going on. Speaking of that, there was that one random girl, I think she was from last season, maybe Alana. She's just kinda there. She didn't really say much, but maybe she'll be part of it more coming up. What'd you think about JoJo's house and all the It should be Sparkle Megan's house, really.
It was tacky. Yeah, it was tacky. It was
Not
tacky.
surprising.
Not surprising. Yeah, get rid of all that shit and sell this house. Yeah.
Yeah, they usually do that, like, every couple episodes, they have, like, a celebrity on selling their house, so JoJo was this episode's celebrity,
Okay.
but yeah, I think really the dinner was the only main part. It's usually just houses, outfits, and then a fight is, like, every
Yeah.
episode, so
Yeah, I think we saw in this episode Bree is co-listing a house with
mm.
that other
Oh,
guy. Very, very
what
beautiful house.
did you think of her, outfit change mid-showing?
I think the red boots were a better look. I like the
Yeah,
red boots better. Mhm. With the
mm.
matching purse. I think that was a better look for sure.
And then the car, that all made sense after she changed and matched the car. Her climbing over the car with the boots was a lot. I'm surprised he didn't freak out because, that was a nice car. I think we said everything there is to say about the dinner. I mean, Nicole went to hell after Chriselle brought up her drug use again, and she said, You're confusing me with your parents," which Chriselle has given interviews that her parents, I think, did use drugs at one point. She has a really sad story, actually. Her upbringing, I think they were like homeless at one point. They did a lot of food banks, that type of thing. So she's has a really sad backstory that she has shared on previous seasons. So when you know all of that context, it's pretty rough that Nicole said that. Because it
Yeah.
wasn't just like you said, like her parents are here and she just kind of threw that out there. It was like clearly compiled from information that Chriselle has shared
Mm.
and been vulnerable with. And then you threw that back in her face. And then
Yeah.
obviously they're not here anymore, which is horrible. So
Yeah. That's awful. Yeah, that
I
was
don't know.
I was on her side up until she said that. I was like, bitch.
Hmm.
'Cause I'd have jumped
Yeah.
across the table
She's
and
just
whacked
not
her.
cut out.
Just kidding.
Yeah. I did like that Chriselle sort of took a little humor at the end when she said, "I'm gonna have my parents haunt her," which I think she handled it better because most people would have punched her in the face. So
Yeah.
she removed herself, which was smart and
Yeah.
probably like she was not looking at her. She wasn't mad. I feel like Nicole, like this is what they wanted. They wanted you to, they've been trying to take Nicole down this whole time, and she just showed herself. But it's hard to think she's a good person when she could say something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if you say something like that, you'll say anything. So that's you don't and that's but again, Chriselle did start that fight. Like it was like you
mhm,
could have left it at okay, like it seemed like it was gonna move on. It was like, okay, like she's thankful for her eyesight. Okay. Like, but she made it a thing like, oh, did you guys do this on purpose? Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like, yes,
mhm.
to the drama, but also, yeah, you started it. And Nicole went too far. Like she really could have had a W if she didn't hit that low blow.
Yeah.
Although not I think in the audience's eyes, not in the group of girls' eyes, because everybody was already on Nicole's back before she even said anything crazy.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, she's just not cut out for reality TV, and I don't know if any of these girls are gonna film with her after this, but we'll see what happens next episode, but I don't know how you come back from that. It's
yeah. I'm
not really
into it.
gonna
I'm into
fix
like
the
I
ball.
want to go like I can see how this is very easily bingeable. You know what I mean? Because I'm like,
Yes.
oh, what happens next? And you said the whole season's out, right?
Yeah, they drop this one all at once, and everyone usually binges it immediately, so it's a fun one to watch, and yeah, well, if you guys are watching it and you want us to keep watching it, we'll keep covering it, so let us know your thoughts, and we'll be back with the next few episodes, and our Love is Blind reunion episode is out already, and all of our Bravo shows, and Married at First Sight, so we got a lot of shows we're covering right now.
So
I'm like,
much.
this will be quiet times after Love is Blind, but no, we've stacked our schedule. There's just always so many good shows on and more
Yeah.
coming. So
Yeah.
we'll be here.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts?
Nope. If you guys want us to keep watching Sullen Sunset and you guys want to chit chat with us about it, make sure you like and comment and engage with this video so that we know that, you're feeling it. And if not,
Hmm.
then we won't waste our motherfucking time.
Yeah.
But so
I
yeah,
mean, I'm probably still gonna watch it,
I'm
but we
always
won't.
still gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we can watch it a lot faster because it's a lot faster to watch it than it is to talk about it. But I like doing
Yeah.
both. So
Yeah.
hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye
Bye,
guys.
guys.